I took some of our sons on another journey this past weekend. And in our local geography, one of the neatest things that I've developed a fascination about is mulberry trees that grow on public property. And around this time of year, it's the sweetest, most delicious fruit, not to mention it's got incredible nutrition packed into it. And being low carb, but still accepting natural sugars when they occur in this form, it's just wonderful. And so what's amazing to me is that you can find these trees that have low-hanging fruit, literally, that you don't even have to strain in order to access them and enjoy them. It's almost like it's a secret that all the other people that take these trails aren't aware. And so all you need to do is look for mulberry trees and you'll find them everywhere you go. But let's talk about a different topic and how it relates in an odd way. Linux malware. Now, 10 years ago, we never thought we would string those two words together. Linux malware, it's free, it's open source. Anybody can look at the components. Why and how would someone write malware for it? But we all heard the story also of a famous bank thief by the name of Sutton. When asked by reporter Mitch Onstad why he robbed banks, his response was, "Because that's where the money is." Another important piece to this reality is that we have this proliferation of web control panels and dashboards where you can light up new services, install new integrations, install new components, something brand new. And behind the scenes, these things are all powered by Linux. In fact, 90% of the public cloud workload runs on Linux. Now imagine the decision-making process of a cyber criminal that has no moral compass. To them, Linux is now the low-hanging fruit. It's everywhere. You just have to know where to look for it. So of course, the pattern we're now seeing makes perfect sense. So this new malware framework for Linux specifically called Lightning makes it the fifth such strain to be unearthed in a short period of 3 months after BPF-DOR, Symbiote, syslog-k, and Orbit. Now, very few cloud servers today have any host protection at all. So, of course, the answer to this threat is that cloud servers must be protected with a strong security posture. Also, we find that Macs are under threat from some spyware. The good news is this particular spyware does not use any zero-day exploits. So if you are patched with the latest Mac OS and iOS, then you don't need to worry about this particular piece of spyware. But we're also seeing new Luna ransomware that's cross-platform. Now that's a new level of advancement in the cybercriminal space for the ransomware tool. Now the same tool to work on Windows, Linux, and VMware and ESXi. And this is an excellent executive example of recommended thought process on cyber risk assessment that thinks beyond security concepts, can differentiate between direct and indirect costs, and understands and reduces financial exposure. A highly recommended thought process for any executive in charge. And our last story of the day is about TeamViewer installing a weird font that doesn't actually get used for any other purpose other than web fingerprinting. Now this is not cool, and they have agreed to remove this font in subsequent installer versions, but it does make us think about how this kind of trick and idea can be weaponized in the future by criminals. So let's stay sharp on this. And did you know Chrome OS Flex is probably the simplest way to revive an old PC or an old Mac and make it run like it's a brand new device? If all you need is a browser, then this is the way to go. So Chrome OS Flex. See you again next week. Bye for now.